We're talking about creator insecurities. The whole last week, what we were doing was talking about ways that content creators or people, really, about anything that God asks them to do, are throw up excuses. You know what I mean? I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. Gosh darn it, people don't like me. You know, like I don't have I have an idea, or I have a reason, I have a purpose. You got something I want to do. I feel a sense of pulling and call. But at the same time, there's lots of reasons why I shouldn't be the one to do it, right? I shouldn't be the one to do it. Today I'm just gonna cover the last two that Moses was talking about, called just basically insecurity. You know, just insecure things that where you on the inside are just like, I'm not enough. I'm not enough. I'll read the scriptures to you in Exodus 4. This is his last two excuses. We're talking about Moses from the beginning, from when God calls him after the burning bush. He throws up a whole bunch of excuses. These are the last two. He says this, but Moses said to the Lord, "Oh, my Lord, I am not eloquent, either in the past or since you have spoken to your servant, but I am slow of speech and tongue." Right? I don't talk so good. Verse 11, then the Lord said to him, "Who has made man's mouth? Who made him mute or deaf or seeing or blind? Is it not I, the Lord? Now, therefore, go, and I'll be with your mouth and teach you what to speak." Right? Very straightforward. Verse 13, but he said, "Oh, my Lord, please send someone else." Just throw it right at the end. Just send someone else. Verse 14, then the anger of the Lord was kindled against Moses, and he said, "Is there not Aaron, your brother, the Levite? I know that he can speak well. Behold, he is coming to meet you, and when he sees you, he'll be glad in his heart. You shall speak to him and put words in his mouth, and I'll be with your mouth and with his mouth, and will teach you both what to do." The excuses, right? He at the last second, he's like, "I don't want to do this. I'm gonna look dumb. They're not gonna believe me. I don't know enough. I don't know you well enough. Even if I do talk, I don't sound right. I'm not a professional teacher. I'm not a speaker. That's not something I'm very good at. And also, I just send someone else, right?" And I can see as a content creator, or as a ministry, or as a missionary, or as someone who's going into some kind of unique profession, or you feel a call for something like that is clear that this is something you want to do, or you're supposed to do, or you're good at, or other people have affirmed you in, and yet there's something in your mind that is basically like, if I step into this, if I start this, I'm going to be hit with a wall of insecurity, or I'm going to have people asking me questions I don't have answers to, or I'm not ready yet, I need more training, or I'm not there's so many people out there doing it already. I don't bring anything to the table. What is even the point of me doing it? Why would God call me? Clearly that's not right. And yet at the same time, you often, maybe you've had this, like you have this nagging sense that God is calling you, that you're supposed to be doing something, you need to move into whatever that is. For content creators, right, that's like a little bit, I don't know how to say more difficult than like saying being called as a missionary to Brazil or something, but like it's like, okay, so I feel like I'm a good artist, or I'm a good speaker, or I know how to do the editing, or I know how to, I love creating, or I love taking photos or whatever, but I want to do this now as a job, or I want to do this as a ministry, or want to pivot this into being something that serves the world, but also brings glory to God, but also builds community. Like I want it to not just be about video games, or just about like my interest. I want this to be something missional. But at the same time, now you go out there and you start looking for people who are doing that, and you're like, I don't know very many people doing that. And you talk to maybe your church, or your pastor, or your parents, or your spouse, or whatever, and you're just like, this is what I think I'm supposed to do. And the response isn't, "Oh wow, that's great," in the same way that you say, like, I want to be a missionary. You say, well, you mean you want to go online and draw for a living? Like you want to take pictures and for some kind of mission? Like, what are you talking about? Do that as a hobby. Do that something else. Maybe you're not that good. You don't even have the right stuff. And it ends up being a pull that you end up hitting a wall of reasons why you can't do it. I think I put a little list together of the insecurities that we may actually face, very sort of specific things that keep you from either starting, or keep you from going all in, or that you use it as an excuse to not put your whole heart into it. right? So number one, insecurity is like my equipment isn't good enough, right? That if you don't have the big gear, you don't have the great camera, you don't have the really nice overlays, the custom sounds, the dual PC, the gaming thing, or the really good camera, or the the big tablet to draw on, like whatever it is. If you don't have that, then there's no point, which is why you'll never grow, or which is why you'll never make the best stuff. It's like no matter how good I think I am, or know how much my heart is in it, my equipment it's not going to work. And the truth is that most of the people out there that I've seen who are successful don't have the best equipment. It's actually incredible how there's a level of awesome equipment and awesome stuff that you can do, and then there's one more level above that where it doesn't seem to matter. Like the thing that jumps to mind is like Dilbert. Right, you look at like Calvin and Hobbes, or you look at all these other amazing comics, or like Marvel comics, or manga, or something like that, and then you look at like Dilbert, which is just, it's not great art. It's just good ideas on paper. It's just someone wrote it down, and it took off. Why? Because it grabbed onto someone's attention. It hit them. It wasn't a matter of the skill or the tech or anything. It was just a matter of he released what he had. In the same way that there's so many others that at the very top, they don't have the best anything, but they connect to people's hearts. Same thing with like your voice. Good example. Like your pitch is too high, you sound weird, you have an accent, you stutter, you have something, you just don't like how you sound on a recording. So you're like, if I hate how I sound, other people must too. Or how about your age, right? You feel like you're just too old. You're too old, or you're too young. I can't be speaking with authority or talking about my testimony. I'm not old enough, or I'm too old to be on the internet, or too old to be talking to people doing this, or being a gamer, or whatever it is. Because if I go there, people are going to make fun of me because I'm the old guy. Or maybe it's just like how you look, your face. You're not really, like, you on camera isn't a great idea, and so you want to be like a VTuber, but you're also like, that's not quite right either. And you just like, you're using the excuse, or you have the insecurity of, if I show myself, people are going to judge me, people are going to be turned off, or people aren't going to jump in. All I see online, or like I want to do art and whatever. I'm not. I have to hide behind it. I can't be showing myself. I can't be putting my own face on my logo. Things like, people don't want to see that, and so that insecurity starts hitting, where you're like, that I will hold myself back. I'll hold back God's mission just by showing myself. Personality, right? I'm not funny enough. I'm not extroverted enough. I don't have that sort of magnetic personality that people will come and be drawn to. I'm kind of boring. I'm kind of insecure, or I have some kind of personality trait or tick or something that is actually, it makes it so that I feel like people reject me. Like I don't make friends easily. So therefore, how could I possibly build a following online? Or even if I did, through my art, or through my podcast, or through whatever, then when they really get to know me, they're not going to like me. So what is even the point? Editing, right? You're just not good, technically speaking, at like putting things together in a way that holds people's attention and looks really slick. You're like, well, I can probably put something together, but I don't know how to edit. All right, I don't want to like, that's so much learning. I don't know what to do. Skills, right? Maybe if you're trying to be a gamer, you're not very good at it. Or if you're trying to be an artist, you're not super good at it. Mental health. You feel too broken, too anxious, too emotionally inconsistent to be a community leader, or to be online. Like, I can't go and promise people I'll be on, because I am too all over the place. I can't promise people I'm going to be releasing a weekly, because I'm all over the place. Social awkwardness. You feel like you are cringe incarnate, that you're going to get, when you let that cringe out, people are going to mock you, and you're just going to feel terrible about it, because that people have said something about that in the past, and you are way too fragile in that area. Or your interest is too dumb, right? Like, you think that your passion, the thing you want to share, whether it be like building Lego, or reading a book, or coloring on a page, or whatever it is, you're like, people don't do that. That isn't what people do. And you're like, well, even though that's what I really want to do, maybe it's too small, maybe it's too trivial, maybe it's too silly, maybe it's not what it should be. I should adapt. I should be someone else, or I should just give up. It's not enough. Or how about there's too many already? Like, what would set me apart? I'm redundant. I have nothing special to offer, nothing more special than anyone else. Or your testimony's too boring, right? Maybe you grew up in a church and like your testimony is, I got saved when I was 6 and things have been pretty okay ever since. It's just like, I don't have a really deep story. So therefore, hey, Houston, like, what is the point of me actually trying to share my faith when I don't have that deep, dark testimony or that really cool story that other people have? There's a million reasons why people will handicap or shut themselves down right at the front. Like for Moses, right, it was, listen, I can't speak well. But for you, that inadequacy of, here's a billion reasons why this won't work, is like God responds to that with him. He says, like, who made man's mouth? Who makes him mute or deaf or seeing or blind? Is it not I, the Lord? Therefore, go, I'll be with your mouth and teach you what you shall speak. That's the secret to that insecurity, is choosing to do it anyway and choosing to do it within your own limitations and just say, God, if this is where you want me to be, I'll do what you've asked me to do. There's lots of stories out there. The one that leaps to mind is, say, like William Wilberforce, who's trying to abolish slavery. It took him decades, right? One dude trying to fight the entire slave trade. Or who else, right? There's so many. Who's that dude who's ran the orphanages, and he didn't have the money and he didn't have the connections or whatever. What he had was prayer, right? He just prayed. And he's like, I want, I need help. I need food. I need equipment. I need a building. I need someone to serve. I need someone to help. And he just prayed, right? And God provided. He went out and he obeyed and just believed that God would have his back. There's a lot of stories like that where it's just, I don't know what I'm doing and I don't know where I'm going and I don't know why I'm doing this. But at the same time, yeah, Mueller. There you go. Yeah. But in that moving forward, in that choice, like for Moses, fine, I'll just go. You're able to see God at work, right? It's not, you don't have to fully understand. You don't have to have the best equipment. You don't have to be a superstar. You don't have to be super handsome. You don't have to have the greatest skills. You can have mental health issues and work within your own schedule. You can be socially awkward. So many celebrities and creatives are socially awkward. You can do the interest that you want to do, even if you think is dumb, the one that you're kind of called to. You can do that because there is a community out there that isn't being reached because nobody else is doing that. There are so many reasons to obey and serve, and just, if this is where God wants you to be, go and try it. Moses' second excuse after that was, but he said, oh Lord, please send someone else. Please send someone else. Just please send someone else. And God's response was, fine, I'll send Aaron, right? I'll put Aaron. It's interesting that it says Aaron is already on the way. God already knew what was going to happen. God already had this conversation, planned out. So he'd already called Aaron to start walking, because he had to walk through this with Moses and help him to understand and work with him and show him how serious he is. And along with this, like his fifth excuse and his fourth excuse are very connected. I'm not good. I shouldn't be doing this. Please. And then he said, please find someone else. God's response is, okay, I called you, but I'm going to give you some people. I'm going to give you Aaron to work with. He didn't fix Moses' speech. That's important to know. He didn't fix his insecurity. He didn't make him super eloquent. He didn't suddenly make him super confident or give him, some kind of magnetic personality. No, what he did was he just said, I want you to obey me. I'm going to bring someone alongside you. In the realm of content creation, in the realm of the church, in the realm of anything you'll do of value, one of the myths is that God calls people to do it themselves. He never, ever does. There's no such thing as a lone wolf when it comes to the church. It is, you're always in partnership. You're always under authority. You are always mentoring someone. You're always bringing, going alongside people. You are given a gift and you are given a gap. In other words, there are things you can't do. And in that, the gap that God has carved out of you, there's someone else that you need to be there. God calls us the body of Christ, each member being different, hands and feet and eyes and legs and elbows. You have to be, you have to see yourself as part of that. And so when you have these insecurities, that is, I don't think I'm going to be good enough at this. I don't have enough. What one of the responses from God, and one of the things you're supposed to do is go, that's okay, because I don't have to be everything. I don't have to be it all. So many creators out there, so many people are trying to be, the visionary and also the communicator and also the editor and the financier and the community leader and the pastor and the counselor and the tech guy and just all of it, the artist. Like, just they feel like the only way they're going to be able to serve is if they're all the things, because they can't afford, right? They don't have money to pay for someone to do it. So, and it doesn't occur to them that they could that God is already putting together an errand to come alongside them. Because of their insecurity, they don't want to ask. Because of their insecurity, they don't want to just go, hey, I have this idea. Does anybody want to come with me? Does anybody want to help? Because they're worried somebody's going to make fun of them, or for all the other reasons, right? And yet, so often, there are people out there that want to partner. They have their own gap. They have their own issue. They have their own skills that they're not using and their own insecurities. And if you were to couple those two together, say you have like this guy who's a really deep thinker, right? Just really good at writing and whatnot, but he's not good at speaking, and he's not good at like communicating, and he would look terrible on camera. He just wouldn't work. Like, he's not that guy, but boy, he knows his stuff. And you have somebody who is fairly new, but they have lots of energy. They're really good at humor. Those two people, if you connect them together, like, hey, you build the substance and you learn about it, and you convey it to people, you could be a powerful team, right? You got people who want to be the ones behind the camera. You got to be the ones who want to be in front. You got the ones who just want to be in the basement editing all that. You got people who are willing to go and do, all they want to be is on your Discord. All they want to do is serve your community. They don't want to create. They don't want to have tech. All they want to do is show love to people in the digital community. And you, because you're creating so much and doing so much and wanting to do so much, you know that you lack, like your Discord is dead. There's someone out there who wants to help. There's someone out there who that's their passion. Like, say you have low energy, you don't have enough in your heart. There's just not in your body to be able to pull this off. But you connect to somebody who's really good strategically, right? Well, here's how we can do this within your limitations. Here's the tools that we can do to come alongside you. Or for that matter, here's a tech person who can solve 50 of your problems just with like macros and with a different website. Like, you need other people. God does call you, but he will also call you to serve and to be served by someone else. So my encouragement to you is just to kind of ask the question, what is your gift? Like, what is the vision that you have, or the thing that you want to do, or the place you want to create, or the message you want to give, or the community you want to build? What are the insecurities that are keeping you back, right? What's the thing that you're like, here's my list of excuses why I shouldn't do that or can't do that. And who or in what way can you connect to somebody who can help fill that gap? Maybe it means you go to church and you just say, hey, this is what I'm thinking. Does anybody want to help? Maybe it means that you go to 10 different Discords and start serving there and open up your, just kind of like, I'm trying to do this. I'm not looking for someone to work for me. I'm looking for someone to work with. Does anybody love doing this? Go into the community that you've already built. Hey, I've started this thing, but I'm really lacking, right? I'm really lacking. Does anybody want to help me with? And if you have a vision and you have a desire, and if you have someone who is, and if you are somebody who is doing it on purpose, with humility and with desire and with community focus and the servant's heart, not I want to get big and not I want to, I want to do ministry online because whatever. It's just like you really are trying to serve. There are going to be people out there who are going to want to come alongside you. They're already there. Aaron is already on the way. So what do you bring to the table? What insecurities are holding you back? Which ones are lies and which ones can be filled by someone else? Your insecurities don't have to stop the work, right? They don't have to stop you from doing it. They will govern your speed, and maybe they'll even force you to connect to other people. But your vision is valuable. I really do encourage you to pursue it, to think through the insecurities, and then to find someone that you can partner with, or a series of someone you can partner with to be able to move it forward.